So, fretting chords is pretty similar to what was covered in the fretting riffs technique exercise lesson. Basically, we're going to want to have our fretting hand in the same position, so just behind fret 1, roughly 2/3 of the way up the back of the neck, and we want to be using our wrist and our elbow to curl round, and importantly use the tips of a finger or fingers to push down the strings. Okay, now it's a little bit harder because you need to be strumming through more than one string. So basically, if you're a little bit too low, if you're a little bit too relaxed with your first finger, you might catch the string underneath. So what I'm doing here, I'm pushing down string 2 at fret 1 with my first finger, but I was a little bit too flat there, a little bit too relaxed, and so I could hear string 2, but I couldn't hear string 1. So I just need to lift my finger up a little bit more. So I'm using my elbow there alongside my finger, and I'm no longer catching the string with the underneath of my first finger. So if we just go to the close-up, so the joins in each finger, these two closest to the nail just here, these are quite important, because if we bend these round reasonably tightly, then it gives us almost like a 90-degree angle there of our finger in relation to the strings and the fretboard. And so this quite high position means it's much less likely that you catch the strings underneath where you're fretting. And finally, when you are trying chords to start with, it's very important, I think it's really useful if you try to pluck through the individual strings, because, say, okay, for this chord here, I need to strum through the top 3 strings, like this. Now, that might sound okay, but then if I pick through the individual strings, I can actually hear that I'm not catching, I'm catching a string, so I can't hear them all. So basically, if I pick through the strings first, then I know it's fine to strum through them afterwards.